Greetings to you. I'm Lucinda Harmon, aka the Growth Catalyst. Now, today it is the third session of the four that I was bringing to you, all about mastering the sales call. Now, there's something so important about product wars and price wars. And I'm sure at some stage of your life, you've been out there, no matter what it is. You might even be the customer. You might have been the customer, you might have been the sales representative, but you would have noticed that you didn't know which product to buy. And you were jostling and juggling and didn't know which one to go with. And you liked the brand and a brand name, but you liked that series, you preferred that. You know that feeling? You're in the middle of a product war. So why am I focusing on this particular section for you is it took me time to really understand how not to get trapped and how not to get sucked in and end up feeling absolutely deflated and stuck and frozen because I was in the middle of a product war or I was in the middle of a price war, and how the type of skills that I learned and how I overcame them. So what is a product war? Any guesses? Put up that hand in the chat box. Today's competitive business environment with companies, sales reps are facing product and price wars. When businesses aggressively compete to dominate the market through pricing strategies and differentiated products. That's in a nutshell. So today, what you're going to learn, obviously this is now just the content part. For those that are watching this on YouTube, you will not be missing out on this is an extremely hands-on actual session, this one and the price wars, because I need you to know that you know exactly how to do it within your own company, looking at your competitors, and actually be able to become so good at learning how to detect a product or price war. So first of all, we're going on an overview, then we'll be going through understanding the dynamics of a product war, then identify the causes and the effects of this war on business, your business, and learn strategies to navigate and succeed in such competitive environments. That's what's so crucial, is that no matter what life throws at you, no matter what the customers, your competitors, no matter what's coming your way, you are so fit on top of your game that you are the master, and you will just all the time navigate, get around, be absolutely flexible and resilient and confident in your skills and abilities. So what you're not going to get today, because you'll have to do the course, so sign up for that course, is the activities, the tasks, and the evaluation. This was an important part of going on the journey, and also the CPD points. And then my cursor gets stuck. It's in the middle. When you think something changes, it changes for you. What will you gain? Strategies to identify and analyze competitive products quickly. Strategies to navigate product wars. Be able to thrive when faced with this war. They're not going to go away. They're here to stay, and you need to know how to work and how to thrive, because I'm going to dare you to thrive at the end. So get ready for that one too. Confidence to identify a product war quickly. Not be sucked in, dragged down the road quickly, within seconds. Ability to navigate through them, and the confidence to establish your own action plan. Sound good? Give me a thumbs up. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. So what is a product war? Next, in 2 weeks' time, we'll be doing the price war. And let's today find out what is the difference between this price and the product war. First of all, a price war, get this out the way because we're focusing on product today. A price war is when companies are competing by lowering prices to their to outdo their competitors. So that is when a company is competing by lowering their prices to outdo their competitors. Now, we see this all the time, don't we? Just look around. Anywhere you look, everybody, Black Friday is a perfect time to look for price wars. You have cell phone, you have all sorts of people going head to head, retailers, head to head, services, head to head. Come here, we'll give you a free this and a free that, a discount here, and we'll outdo and we'll outsmart. And We see price wars all the time. There's a shop in South Africa called Woolworths. If I could at any time take a product to them and say, I got a better price at that store, they will give me the product for free. That is a price war of note. A product war is when you're competing by differentiating your products or features to win the market share. Different game. The product war, there we are today, is when I'm going to be competing out there by differentiating, standing away from my competitors and their products, and making sure my features and my benefits get me ahead of everybody else, and I am ahead and I'm going to win that market share. Imagine this big pie in front of you, and I'm going to take that slither from that competitor. I'm going to take that piece away because my product is better. Some technology, something's happened, and my product is actually better than theirs. Fully understood? We're good. So why do they occur? Why do you think these things, why does a product war occur? Market saturation. There are too many players in the marketplace. So they have to do something to stand out. They've got to be the loudest. They've got to be the most visible. Like I always say, visibility is boss. It's king. Never underestimate the power of visibility. The more saturated, the more players in the market, especially in medical sales. I mean, good grief, you're going out to the generics. There's all sorts around you, in medical devices, in theater consumables. And there's all sorts of people coming, fly-by-night companies, established companies, the higher prices. What are you going to do? The market is saturated. Another reason why they occur is due to the competitors' aggressive tactics. Whew. Have we experienced this in the medical world? Yes, many times. When you know that your competitor, and ethics is not always the word of the day. I have seen people being given things under tables, around curtains, all over the show. Things like gifts, travel for training, all the things the competitor will do, aggressive tactics they will take in order to get the advantage, in order to get the sale, in order to get ahead. At the end of the day, if they don't have sales, guess what? The sales reps lose their jobs and other staff lose their jobs. So those sales targets, the actual the turnover has to keep on increasing. The cost of living increases, and so do the targets keep increasing. The third part is the consumer demand for lower prices or better value. So that fits into the price war and the product war. Let's focus on the product, the better value. Now, I've worked for companies where you go in and they just want you to sell a product. They give a quote and it's just a piece of paper. There's nothing. There's no sweetener. There's no value pack. There's no value add. It's just a machine or a product. Now, in this competitive market we're living in, it's all about the consumer has plenty of choice and they want to feel like they're getting value. They want the extraordinary. I got a great deal. And go to my mates and my friends and my colleagues and say, go here. They give you the best value. Bang for buck is what they say. Better value. You've got to add on the bells and whistles and make that person feel that they're getting the best deal ever. However you do it, whatever you put it in, sneak in those extra value adds, whether it's a longer service, a service level agreement, whether you're going to be giving them an extra something, an extra probe on an ultrasound machine. Maybe you're going to give them an extra something, whatever it is, but you're going to add value and you're going to be doing this in style and in a good disguise. You don't go out in a sleazy manner, please. We still have to always be ethical and remember integrity, number one. The fourth reason why these occur, a product war, technological advancements and innovation. So my cell phone I have right now is up for upgrade, 2 years old. It's getting old. It's like the person that has old equipment or The doctors in buying medical devices. And technology's moved on. Pharmaceutical drugs have moved on. In veterinary, it's certainly moved at a huge pace in the 6 years I was in veterinary. I almost couldn't keep up because technology kept on evolving. X-rays, ultrasound. I was watching pathology. I was watching everything evolve at a rapid rate. And now what does that do? It moves the market extremely quickly. And this ends up in a product war. You could be at the top today, and tomorrow you can go all the way down. If you don't keep on your feet, if you don't keep fit, if you don't keep yourself really, your teams must be training. They must be training fit, doing these exercises which you won't get now to do, but you've got the product information that I'm giving today, the sales training side. You've got to keep doing the work, because you're not doing the work. Somebody else is going to come and sneak in from behind you. There's always technology moving. Watch the trends. Watch LinkedIn accounts. Watch all over. Watch the world trends and go even to conferences. Start talking and networking and watch what's happening. You don't want to be caught or failed, because this can be crippling if you're caught and your technology is now outdated, or you're trying to flog off machines, equipment, devices, pharmaceuticals, which are getting old. And even if you give me the right price, the people now today are saying, no, I want that particular drug because this one doesn't have the side effects that those had. And this particular product has all these features and benefits. And if I put in this device for a hip replacement, I don't have all those negatives I had before. So technology and innovation often is the dictator on a product war. So then you've got all those particular areas in front of you on a product war. So let's take a case study. I thought I'm not going to hang with medical on this one. I'm going to take something like KFC. It's actually one of my favorites to teach on. Versus Chicken Licken. Everyone know those two? Come on. These are global names, I guess. But we are actually focusing in South Africa. So you should know what I am meaning right now. Now, if we look at the two brands, they're just chicken, right? Chicken. A chicken. It's just selling chicken. Yes. Both these names are well-known names. And we have to look at why. Why did their product stand out? And if we're looking at the strategies they've gone through, how have they made sure that their chicken is always the number one chicken that everybody wants? There are lots of jokes in South Africa about KFC. So if you know them, you know them. Wink, wink. If you don't know them, I'm not going to say them here on this particular platform. But if we look at chicken, KFC, Colonel Sanders was incredibly clever. He created his granny's batter, spices, the whole toot. He had the best chicken. Crispy, tasty chicken that nobody else could copy, because he had the secret ingredients, the secret recipe that he was never going to share with anyone in the world. And Chicken Licken had his place. But I can tell you that in the good old days of these two fighting it out, and KFC is very strong, and we'll explain why, but Chicken Licken never stood a real chance against the likes of a KFC. Sure, if you didn't want all the batter and whatever, you might have preferred the Chicken Licken. Where the KFC, if you like the battered kind of style of chicken and that bucket that you got, that exciting, well-advertised, marketed bucket you were in. They were all about advertising, marketing, in your face, constant, became like the thing, the treat, the place to eat. So what strategies did they really use, the likes of a KFC and a Chicken Licken? We've just said, the market, it was okay. I can't say it was too saturated. These two were kings. They didn't need help. Then Nando's came along with its own Portuguese style and was not in their playing field. So that was a third chicken outlet that we had in South Africa. So the competitors' aggressive tactics. Oh my word, they were aggressive, certainly were aggressive. They would make out that my chicken is the best. Nobody else's chicken mattered. And they won every single corner. Retail corner is the game KFC played. It was about retail. And actually, it wasn't about chicken. So that secret sauce was very good, Colonel Sanders. But worldwide, KFC is known. And it's retail. It's all about being on every retail corner. I know when I traveled around in Europe, I knew to go look for a KFC because I knew that there was a bathroom there. So I knew I could go buy something small, go to a bathroom there, and I could rely because they were on every street corner. And that I know as a fact. So what was the outcome? They stayed in their own lane. Nobody would have dared to go down the lane of battered, I want to say battered chicken with with batter around it, and the style of a KFC. Nobody could replicate. That bucket, nobody could replicate. They tried all sorts of different packages and all sorts of attractive marketing ways of getting you to buy bulk, but the bucket always won. It was, I think, 99 Rand was a massive bucket if I think back in my lifetime. So the outcome was they stayed in their own lanes. Both are surviving, but KFC is the king. Every single corner almost has a KFC, like a McDonald's almost in South Africa right now, and probably even worldwide. So what can you learn about this? What can you learn? What can we learn from this? What were they adding on? They would have offered you things like lower prices. We're offering you 2 chicken drumsticks and whatever chips on the side for free. We're offering you more value. If you come in, you're going to win a little dinky toy thing that you can take and you can make this whole collection. They would have looked at always keeping ahead with things they added on, the drinks, the coffees, the milkshakes, all the time advancing. They never stopped. They didn't stay back where they were. They all the time were advancing the game because they knew that they absolutely had to. They needed to keep ahead of the pack and with the times and keep attractive and keep number one. That people will always be banging on the door as they start. They started drive-throughs, convenience, fast food, takeaway, stronger, the call around time. In South Africa, they brought in all the scooters to bring your food at home. They thought of the box, COVID. They were quick. They didn't waste time about all the shutdown. They were sending food out as quickly as they could to get to people's homes and houses. So if you want to identify, now this is an exercise I do that I'm going to run through very quickly. There's a 50-minute exercise. I want you to look at your current competitors on the left-hand side, your current competitors in your industry. Then I want you to look at the areas where your company might be vulnerable to these product wars. And then I want you to look at potential ways competitors might undercut you or differentiate more effectively, so clients are buying from them, not you. Important. Identify. Once you've done that exercise and really just turn this off for a bit and go with a piece of paper and pen, take 15 minutes and go through this exercise. Then the debriefing, as I would do in my live session, discuss the key findings from this activity with a few participants. Now, you're not going to do that. Maybe your colleagues, maybe with people you know. Just have a casual chat, have a coffee. Discuss this and start to look. It kind of fits a little bit into the SWOT analysis too, which is the strengths, weaknesses, opportunity, and threat. And I've toned it upside down. TOWS is the other way of doing from the external to internal, the threats, opportunities, and then we come down to the weaknesses and to the strengths. But we're much more on that in a later stage. So let me give you the strategies for navigating product wars. What do you think they are? Well, strategic response to product wars are the following. Continuous innovation and improvement. I think I said that. Baba, look at the light bulb above me. I said that. You've got to continuously keep on innovating and improving your company, your brand, yourself. And if a brand is not moving with the times, you need to start looking at new brands. And you need to start looking at new things you can bring in that are more exciting, that keep you attractive and keep you ahead of the pack. Focus on the niche markets or specific customer segments. Ooh, that's niche word we hear so often. Focus on the niche markets. Take your product like I did with glue, with the glue brand. I took it and I niched that thing down to general practitioners that had never touched it before. They used, instead of suturing, could quickly just glue any cuts or anything that needed to be closed without sutures. I thought about all sorts of things for ophthalmology. I niched that product so I really took it down and I drilled that down, that I knew exactly where I was going with that product and to who I was going and for exactly what purpose it was going. So I knew with a cornea replacement or implant that contact lens with a little bit of glue would have been the perfect way Instead of sutures, I had the solution to the ophthalmologist. And guess what? The glue went frantically off all the shelves. It was gone. So it's about niche markets, specific, in looking at specific customer segments. Don't get stuck on the cookie cutter and limited box blinkered thinking. Think out the box with your product, because it can go stretch, it can go places you can't even think of right now. But when you start doing this work, you'll realize the incredible places that your product can go to, places you haven't been, and maybe it can extend into other areas, other fields, medical fields. It might be, this product might go veterinary. It might fit into pathologists. It might fit anywhere. But it might fit into retirement villages. But always be thinking ahead of where can you go next. Collaborate with other businesses and form alliances or joint ventures. Now, sometimes we can't go alone. We need others with us. And I dealt with that in the last session too. Know your customer. It's very important to be collaborating. If you live in a silo, it can be quite dangerous and it gets lonely, and often you get left in the cold. But as soon as you join up and you team up with other people, your product sometimes goes a lot faster and a lot further. This is what I would do in theatre. So I might have the stent for cardiology. And I would know one of my competitors. They weren't really my competitors. They're more probably like a competitor colleague, but from an opposition company. They would have a balloon. And I would say, hey, if I come to your case, can I bring my stent in? If I've got a stent, I'll bring you to my cases. And so we started going to theatre together, and we started working together, and we started supporting each other, and we all started to win. We did better and better and better. We got into more theatres, in front of more doctors and surgeons, and we were just moving faster and faster and faster. This is where it works really well. If you see your product can do better, having a venture, or having an alliance, or having, forming this relationship, partnership, go for it, do it. But do put down the boundaries and the markers and have it in writing, and have it in a good faith handshake. Might not be the best right now, but feel it out first and find out those you can trust and work with those people that you can. Now, the final activity you've missed, obviously, all the exercises. I would have done role play and exercises, and it's exciting. Then self-reflection, because self-reflection is where the work really happens, and being able to do this with partners in small teams. But in the personal action plan is really where it really matters. I want you to write down 3 concrete actions you will take within your business to succeed in a product war. I want you to take down three concrete actions that you will take within your business to succeed in a product war. These can be strategic, operational, or customer related. So it can be a strategy that you're going to put in place. Like, I am going to go to this competitor and I'm going to start working with them, and I'm going to form an alliance or partnership, because that will get me way further. And strategically, I'm going to start looking at that particular market. I haven't thought of that market before, but now I am. Our strategy is now, the next 6 months, I'm going to focus on that particular field, or these kind of doctors, or these hospitals, wherever it is. Operational. Are you going to get on the ground with trials? Are you going to do more tea rooms? Are you going to do more demonstrations? What are you going to do, and how are you going to support? And are you going to become more service related, customer related? Are you going to start showing that side? So it's for you to decide if it's going to be strategic, operational, or customer focused, customer related, customer centric. And I want you to do that exercise as your final activity. And do leave your comments for me below over here. Tell me what you found and what you think about product. I hope I've excited you about product wars. I certainly love them. And I want you to, at all times, when you're out there, quickly analyze everything, your own business and your competitors. Watch them, and watch even your own business and your own colleagues, where they're at, and maybe you can help them out and show them where they might need to learn. So that's the end of this content section on product wars. And I just want to say to you that they're the details. You can catch the webinar live on either this YouTube channel of The Growth Catalyst, or on expertrep.co.za with their enrollment key of Dare to Thrive. There are the email addresses to contact us directly. And on the 27th of April, in 2 weeks' time, is all about price wars. Get yourself booked in live below over here. Get into that link, reserve your spot. You will not regret it. 395 Rand only for 1 hour of my time to take you through live. You're going to come away absolutely confident, knowing exactly what to do and how to master this. So in the meantime, you know what? There's no better time than now to go shake the trees. If you don't have my book, please do buy my book. Let's go. Go shake the trees. And for now, as it says above, what I want from you, dare to thrive.